In the last hour, we have discussed the variation of G with height as well as with depth. It is for that G at a height h is given by this formula or this. You know, it is applicable when h is comparable to r, and this is applicable when h is small as compared to r. Yesterday I have given a rough value, that is up to 10 kilometer there is no variation of G, and up to 10 to 500, that is up to 500 kilometer we can use this, above 500 we can use this. And G at a depth d is given by this formula. In both, this G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. And in both, if you go above the surface of the earth or below the surface of the earth, G goes on decreases. And also, we come to know above the surface of the earth, G is inversely proportional to square of the distance, that is outside the surface, that is, or outside. Instead of using the word outside, I can say above the surface of the earth, and G below the surface of the earth as we come down. Okay, there we come to know G is directly proportional to distance from center of the earth. Now, if I draw graph, it's important. Many times we got this question. It is graph of variation of G with distance. See, suppose if it is a earth and it is a center, if I draw the graph like this, and it is up to the surface, here is a G, here is a distance. You know, it is nothing but center of the earth. As you know, from center to the surface, from center to surface means it is below the surface. G is directly proportional to the distance. So graph is straight line, and above the surface of the earth, this inversely proportional to the distance. So graph will be like this. This is a variation of G with distance. We can copy this. So after this, next a very simple question we have for the depth. At what depth G becomes half? It's clear that G directly proportional to the distance from the center. So as we come below, G goes on decreases. When distance is half, G is also half. So no need to take here. And there is a second question. It is also very common and old question. It is when we dig a tunnel such that it passes through the center of the earth, passes through the center of the earth. From here, when we drop a body here or here, wherever, if you drop a body, what happens is the question. Then as we know, this situation is similar to the situation of the pendulum. Here, acceleration due to gravity, acceleration of the body executing SHM directly proportional to the distance. Based on here, I can say when we draw, then as we move, g goes on decreases, and here it is 0, then once again increases. Therefore here g is variable and also depends on distance directly, that is inside the earth, g is directly proportional to the distance. Hence this is similar to oscillation. Therefore I can say whenever we drop a body through this tunnel, it executes oscillatory motion. Okay, so this is the one question. And next, I think this is not necessary to explain here. Once again, in oscillations I will explain in detail. So next question is, say this is the surface of the earth. As we go through a height g, say acceleration due to gravity is g suffix h. That is, it is an acceleration due to gravity on the at a height h. And let at a depth d, acceleration due to gravity is g t suffix d. Then it is a d. Then for what value of h and d, this and this are equal. That is, when g at a height h is equal to g at a depth d. You know, on the surface of the earth, it is maximum, that is g. Then as we go, decreases, here also decreases. Therefore at small distance only they becomes equal. Hence for small distance I can take this second one, g in bracket 1 minus 2h by r, that equal to g in bracket 1 minus d by r. Now you pause the screen and simplify. Okay, come on. So g and g get cancels. And if I expand it, 1 minus 2h by r is equal to 1 minus d by r. Now, if you reshuffle the things, or otherwise, if you bring this 1, this side it becomes minus 1. So I can cancel these two, minus minus get cancels. Here I can left with 2h by r is equal to d by r. Here this r and r get cancelled. Therefore d is equal to 2h. This kind of questions you come across in different books. Copy. Next is variation of g with rotation of earth. With rotation, variation of g with rotation. As today we know, earth is rotating with a time period of 24 hours. So because of this rotation of earth, there is a change in g. Say it is earth, it is called as an equator. This is the center of the earth. Let P be a point on the surface of the earth. Then this is the line joining center of the earth to a given place. Then this angle between line joining and equator is called as latitude. It is called as latitude. Today I am representing this latitude by lambda. In theory we derived, suppose when earth is at rest, when earth is at rest, not rotating about its own axis. Say today earth is rotating over this axis. If it is not rotating, then acceleration due to gravity is g. Then acceleration due to gravity is g. When earth is rotating, acceleration due to gravity is given by g dash is equal to g minus omega square r cos square lambda. Here g dash is the acceleration due to gravity at latitude lambda. G is acceleration due to gravity when earth is at rest. Omega is the angular speed of the earth. R is the radius of the earth. As I told, lambda is the latitude. From this it's clear that as omega changes, G also changes. And you know, as not only omega, for the earth, you know, R is constant. R is constant. Hence, as omega changes, G changes. As well as lambda changes, G changes. First, we'll discuss with the variation of G with lambda. So, first at equator. At equator. Equator means here. So, if this point is coming here, as it is coming, lambda goes on decreases. So at equator, lambda is equal to 0. When it is 0, cos 0 is 1, 1 square is 1. Hence I can say g dash is equal to g minus omega square r. Now if I go this side, that is at poles, lambda is equal to 90 degree. You know, if cos 90 is 0, 0 into anything will be 0. Hence g dash is equal to g. So this is acceleration due to gravity at poles when earth is rotating. From this it is clear that at poles there is no effect of rotation of earth. Second, as compared to poles and equator, G is maximum at poles and minimum at equator, because at equator in this G something is subtracted. Because of this term, G is less at equator. Hence, this kind of questions are common here. When a person weighs at equator as well as at poles, where he find more weight, then naturally his weight is more at poles. Or when a person moves from equator to poles, what happens to its weight? Answer: increases. This kind of questions are common. Next, how it varies with omega. As you know, as omega increases, this term also increases. Since it is the subtractive term, as a subtractive term increases, value decreases. Hence, as as omega increases, g boson decreases. Now question arises, now with what is the omega? Omega is equal to how much, for which g dash at equator, g dash at equator is 0. Okay, so for that equator means I should use this. Using this formula I can say we want g dash to be 0. Here 0 is equal to g minus omega square r, and if you simplify, if I bring it toward this side, omega square is equal to, omega square r is equal to g, or omega square is equal to g by r, or omega is equal to under root of g by r. Today I want what is the omega. Then you know what is the value of g at equator or on the surface of the earth when it is at rest, and r value. You can substitute and you will get the answer. And similarly, this omega can be written as 2 pi by capital T is equal to under root of g by r. If you reshuffle, you can get T is equal to 2 pi under root of r by g. This is an expression for time period to calculate zero acceleration due to gravity at equator. If you substitute and calculate, you will get the answer. Try once for a few minutes. Pause the screen and try. See, I think you might have calculated. So answer is time period is equal to 1.4 hours. 1.4 hours. You know, today, now it is 24 hours. Now it is 24 hours. But to have 0 at equator, g is 0 at equator, time period of the earth must be equal to 1.4 hours. It means if earth start to rotate 17 times more, means if the speed of the earth is 17 times more than the present speed, then g at equator becomes 0. Okay, so this is a variation of g with a rotation. This completes our variation of g concept. G not only varies with rotation but also varies with local factors. That is, how that locality is, whether it is a hill station or valley, etc. And also availability of the materials there. But that is not important here. So this is our variation of g with rotation. Now we will go for gravitational field.